Bea, welcome to All About Property.
Thank you so much. Lovely to be here.
Now, tell me, what does it mean to overcapitalize on the property?
People move into a house, they get so overexcited. They spend too much money on expensive finishes. They do things that they really shouldn't be doing. And when it comes time to sell, they can't recoup their money.
Now, Bea, you're a real estate agent in Bea Grahams.
Yes.
You come across this very often. What are the resale implications of overcapitalizing?
I do like to tell my people, if you plan on staying in a house for the next 10 to 15 years, and it's going to be a family home and you're going to enjoy the home, spend that money with pleasure. Because in 10, 15 years' time, the property market would have caught up.
Yes, yes.
But if you're planning on selling within 6 months to 8 months, the property market might even have gone backwards. And you might end up with this huge shortfall, which you can't get back, and you need to rent your house out or take a big loss. So my advice is then hold on to the property, rent it out until the market finally catches up.
How would homeowners know what the ceiling is before they embark on a renovation project?
Okay, so you only get some homeowners that just embark on it and they don't do their research. It is so important. Bea Grahams has a very, very definite ceiling. So you've got your average price, which is a lot higher than it was. It's sitting at around about 1.8, 1.9. But your maximum ceiling price right now is probably around about 2.93 max. We don't really go over that. What you can do is, if you're buying at around about 1.5, just sold a house for that. That's actually a very big house. It's in a great location. That's something you also have to take into account. The location must be fantastic. It's a big house, and you can probably do cosmetic things. And that's what I tell my buyers. Move in, do a great paint. Put cornicing up, have decent skirtings. These days you can redo your kitchen cupboards by just painting them. You can keep the cabinets.
So it's really...
So don't spend that huge money, because I can tell you now, buyers don't actually know the difference. As long as it looks good to them, they will pay.
So the renovation advice you're giving is do more cosmetic work rather than structural.
Exactly, and don't start building on things that don't make sense. Buyers can walk into a house and they want simplicity. Keep it neutral.
What are neutral?
Neutral, the greys are very big at the moment. So greys and whites, or a nice beige colour, but don't go with the bright pinks and the bright blues, because I promise you people, buyers cannot see past it. It just confuses and muddles them.
And do you think homeowners can sort of consult with real estate agents in their areas, what works, what won't work?
Definitely, and I've had a lot of homeowners that call me in, say this is what we want to do. In fact, I just had somebody that showed me the plans and said, Bea, this is what we're going to do, and they bought from me 2 years ago. And I said, don't even think about it. This is going to cost you over R1 million. You're going to overcapitalize. Let's
say, for instance, you're working with a 1.5 million rand home. How do you know how much to spend on renovations?
Well, the rule of thumb is you shouldn't spend more than a quarter of the value of the house on renovations. Also, people suddenly go out and want to spend 200,000-300,000 on a kitchen. I can tell you now, buyers don't know the difference between a 50,000 rand kitchen and a 300,000 rand kitchen, as long as it looks good.
Bathrooms, because bathrooms tend to get very outdated very quickly. Do you spend money on bathrooms? Will you be overcapitalizing with a new bath and shower and toilet?
You can redo the bathrooms with pleasure, but again, keep your costs at bay. Don't use a 300 rand towel when you can use an 80 rand towel, which is going to look just as good. So you can really redo a bathroom very affordably, as long as you don't go for the high-end finishes, which nobody knows about anyway. So as long as it looks good, just keep your costs down.
Bea, let's talk about the offering in Bea Grahams, because you've worked in Bea Grahams for quite some time.
Yes.
Are there still homes to renovate, or has it been completely renovated?
No, so the area hasn't been completely renovated. There are still quite a lot of old people living in the area, and the houses do need a lot of work. But you're entering at around about 1.4, 1.5 for a house that needs quite a bit of work. So again, you have to be so careful. Speak to your agent before embarking on this whole thing, because you really can burn your fingers very easily. 1.5 plus your costs of transfer, plus renovating, before you know it, you're up to 2.5 million, and then you're ready. It's becoming a fine line between making some money or losing money.
Now, Bea, you with Galen Estates.
Yes.
And you've been in Blairgowrie you're quite established in Blairgowrie. In fact, we shot 2 seasons of Guiding You Home with
That's right,
you.
yes.
What makes your offering so unique, and why should buyers and sellers deal with you?
Well, I think sellers should definitely list with me because I really do know the area inside out. So I've been working there for years and years. And it's just second nature to me. I do like to tell people the honest truth. And I'm not going to encourage you to buy a fixer-upper if I don't think you're going to make money from it. So really you're going to get somebody that's ethical, trustworthy, who knows the area inside out, which I do.
Well, fantastic.
Thank you.
Lovely chatting to you. Thank you very much.
It's been great. Thank you.